If you clicked on this video today, I'm guessing that you are experiencing some or a lot of conflict in your relationship, and that is a concern for you. And indeed, when a couple finds themselves in such a situation where there's a negative cycle like this with one partner being difficult, it can really feel bleak, like there's not much hope. But today in this video, I'm going to share 5 steps with you that are going to help you to take a step back, look at things from a different perspective, and it will allow you to help your relationship and also bring you more clarity at the same time. Before we get going, make sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the relationship mastery videos that I put out. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning visitor, thank you for coming back. My name is Elizabeth Ritchie, and I'm a relationship coach and therapist. And for many years, I have worked with individuals and couples to help them create more loving, connected relationships. Okay, let's dive into the 5 steps that will help you with your difficult partner. First off, step 1. Use this reframe. So I did a little YouTube short the other week, and in it I shared the reframe of flipping the script. And by flipping the script, I mean flipping the script that is in your head. So you want to flip the script from he or she is giving me a hard time to he or she or they is having a hard time. So from giving you a hard time to they're having a hard time. You have to keep in mind that, happy people, happy, contented people are not treating other people poorly. They're not being grumpy or difficult. So that's an indicator to you that your partner, for some reason, is unhappy. And what you need to do then is do some further digging to figure out what is causing this. So again, step 1 is use the reframe from they are giving me a hard time to they are having a hard time. And this will help you to sort of tap into more compassion for them. Before we get into the next steps, I just want to give out a little disclaimer. As I mentioned, I did a YouTube short around this reframe a little while ago, and I got a couple comments, and one particular on TikTok was somebody saying, sure, yeah, let's just give the abuser a pass to abuse more. That was sort of how they interpreted the reframe. And that is not what I was saying in the video. So I want to be clear when I'm speaking about a partner who is being difficult. I am not referring to any physical or emotional abuse. So when I'm referring to a partner being difficult, what I am thinking about is things like your partner's having a low mood all the time. They get irritated easily. They snap at you or their kids. They tend to become withdrawn or they're isolating themselves. So I'm not talking about abuse of any kind. And if you are experiencing abuse in your relationship, then this video is not for you. And what you need to do is seek out support services in your local community. So step 2, when you're dealing with a difficult partner, is to take a step back and assess your partner from a holistic perspective. So that means you want to take a look at all the different areas of their life. You want to look at their work life, their physical life, their emotional life, their spiritual life, their financial life, as well as what's going on in their family life. So, I was working with a client recently whose husband had lost their job. So there was financial difficulties. And the partner also was dealing with a pretty serious medical condition, as well as trying to be a good husband and a good provider to their kids. So this individual, the partner who was having a difficult time, was dealing with sort of 3 major things in his life. So sometimes, again, like the reframe, when you take a step back and you see the totality of what is going on for your partner, you realize that they are having some unusual challenges. And so when you look at it through that lens, it's like, well, it's kind of normal that someone would be reacting this way. Now, not for long term, but at least in the short term when these things just start to happen. So, again, you can develop more patience and more empathy for your partner when you look at all the areas of their life that have been impacted, and it helps you to draw on more of that empathy and compassion. Now, I just want you to take a sec here and think about your partner and your current relationship, and what's the main thing or one thing that comes to mind right now for you as to why your partner is being difficult. So what's the number one thing that you think is the issue here as to why your partner is being difficult? And if you'd like to, if you're comfortable, feel free to share in the comments section, because we all learn from each other, and I'm happy to answer questions as well. Step 3 that you can do when you are dealing with a difficult partner is you want to investigate. So let's say you've tried the reframe, you're thinking that they're not giving you a hard time, they're having a hard time. You've really tried hard to see things from their perspective. You've looked at their life holistically. You've been generous with your time, your patience, your energy with them, but it's wearing a bit short. And it's still your partner, it hasn't really seemed to help, and your partner continues to be sort of sullen and cranky. Well, what do you do then, right? So as I mentioned earlier, further investigation might be in order. And so if this kind of situation applies to you, it's probably time to put on your Sherlock Holmes cap and sort of assess what might be going on. And, before you do that, or maybe you've already done it, but it is important to keep in mind that all over the world, there have been people, and always are, and always has been, and is happening right now, where terrible things are going on in their lives. So maybe they've been affected by war, or their house burnt down in a wildfire, or they lost somebody that they loved. Yet despite these tragic occurrences and these things happening in their lives, they have still been able to find a way to be happy. So bad things will happen to all of us at some point, but it's on us to find a way forward and to find a way to be happy with life. Let's say you did a holistic review of your partner's situation, and maybe there's financial strain, so money's tight, and maybe they are having some health issue that they have to deal with. And those things, they're valid, but they're not justification for a long-standing bad mood, or for somebody, mistreating family members, or being unkind, for continually getting frustrated easily, or shutting down, refusing to speak to you, withdrawing. And withdrawing, that could be a case of stonewalling, and stonewalling is really tricky. Stonewalling it's a damaging communication pattern where one partner shuts down and refuses to communicate with the other. So that partner doesn't know what's going on. So they're left feeling really abandoned and lonely in the relationship. And often this is because the person who is stonewalling is becoming emotionally flooded. So they're just becoming so overwhelmed, basically, that they can't think straight and they can't speak. They can't format words, and they tend to just want to withdraw and then walk out of the room. At the root of stonewalling, there could be really deep-seated stress and anxiety and fear, and it just takes them over. Now, if you think your partner might be stonewalling you, if that's one of the behaviors you see in your difficult partner, then I recommend that you watch this video. My partner is stonewalling me, shutting me out. How can I fix our relationship? And if you want more information on emotional flooding, you can watch this video, which is when your brain gets hijacked, emotional flooding, and it will provide a bit more information to you about what's going on. Back to our steps. If you find yourself in a situation where you have tried step 1, you've tried the reframe, you've done step 2, you've looked at things holistically, taken into account all aspects of your partner's life, and now we're step 3 here into the investigation. We need to dive deeper into this investigation, right? We've sort of done a surface look. We want to go deeper here. So I want you to consider a few things at this point. So what kind of things am I talking about? What's part of this deep dive? Well, things like, how long has your partner been this way? Are we talking days, months, years? That tells you a lot. Has their low or negative mood been consistent, or does it fluctuate? Does it change? Like maybe your partner is in a great mood when you're on holiday, but as soon as they come back and have to start work, then their mood plummets. So that tells you something there, that there's an environmental factor at play. Have you seen any patterns to their behavior is another question you could ask yourself. Maybe when they're doing certain things like vacationing, but even certain things around the home, their mood seems lifted. But when they're doing other things or you ask them to do things, their mood seems to fall again. You can also look at things like their diet. What is their diet like? What are they eating? Could that be influencing them? If they're having lots of junk food and lots of sugar, well, their blood sugar levels could be fluctuating, which can cause irritability. So that could be one thing. What about drug and alcohol intake? Are they drinking too many glasses of wine at night or too many, beers? Are they smoking a lot of marijuana? Is it something that you need to speak to them about? Or maybe they're doing this to cope. So if so, to cope with what specifically? That's where you're doing a little bit of deeper digging. Are they getting exercise? Are they moving their body? Are they getting fresh air every day and getting outside? How's their sleep? Do they sleep soundly through the night, or are they toss and turning all the time and then wake up still feeling tired? All of these can offer clues, right? What about doing fun things? Like, are they making time in their life to see their friends? Are they making time in their life to get out and watch sports or take in a show? Do they have a hobby that they still enjoy, or have they given up their hobby? You're looking for patterns in behavior here. If you notice that, hey, I'm looking back at my partner and I notice for like several months now, they haven't been getting together with their friends. And before, they used to get together with them quite often on a regular basis. Well, then that would be a bit of a red flag. That's something. If they are just eating junk food, not caring about their diet, not exercising, not getting outside, just watching TV, lots of TV or gaming all day or scrolling on their phone, that's another sign something is off. So step 3 is to investigate and look for these patterns. Now we come to step 4. Step 4 is you want to talk about it. And of course, that's easy to say, hard to do. But it's absolutely necessary if you want to have a healthy, functioning relationship. If you're just walking on eggshells and ignoring the elephant in the room, the fact that your partner's mood is plummeted or they've become very angry or irritable, well, nothing's going to get better unless the situation is addressed. And that can be really tough. So, often we don't want to address things because we're worried things will get worse. So we might try to pretend that stuff's not going on with our partner. We might look the other way. We might try to minimize things and say, well, they're not so bad. But if you're starting to get bothered by it, if you're feeling internally, like in your body, that there's something off and this isn't right, and you're not feeling good about it, and it's taking a toll on your health, if you feel yourself getting anxious or tension, or you're getting headaches or that kind of thing, then it's affecting you, right? And one person in a relationship or in a family unit, their negative mood can affect everybody. It's a little ecosystem. So it's for your health as well that you want to bring this up with your partner, whatever's concerning you, and talk to them about it. And finally, our 5th step is, let's say you did bring it up to your partner. You did all 4 steps, and then you did the 4th step of talking about it, and you have expressed your concerns to them. Then I want you to just objectively sit back for a moment And I want you to reflect on your partner's response. So that's step 5. Reflect on your partner's response. So when you brought up your concern with them, how did they respond? Did they really listen to what you said? Did they understand where you were coming from? Or did they listen to you and then just kind of dismiss it and say, wow, you're just making a mountain out of a molehill? How well do you think they understood your perspective? So you brought up the concern with them. What's their flexibility like? What's willingness like on their end to take some responsibility and to maybe look at some interventions that may help things? Did they seem like they were willing to take some steps, like go see a doctor, get a referral to counseling, maybe take medication, maybe start walking with you every day, maybe reducing the amount of TV time, or not drinking beer or wine Monday to Friday, but just having a couple on the weekend? How willing, how flexible are they to make some positive changes? Now, how your partner reacted in that moment is really going to give you a lot of information about where they are at and whether they're willing to address this issue or not. And their feedback, even if they didn't say much, but you picked stuff up in body language, that's going to tell you a lot, because it's going to help you to determine what your next steps need to be, right? Because if you're in a situation and your partner is not willing to make changes, even though it's dragging you down, well, that's something that you're going to need to seriously consider, right? The other important thing is we want to keep in mind through all this that we cannot control another person's behavior at all. We can only control ourselves. So your partner needs to want to better themselves and needs to want to take responsibility. We can't do it for them, no matter how hard we wish for it. Okay, so we just looked at 5 steps that you can take to help deal with a difficult partner. Number 1, use the reframe. Number 2, look at all the aspects of your partner holistically, what's going on in their life. Number 3, investigate further. Number 4, talk about it. And number 5, you want to observe and reflect on what your partner's response was in that moment that you brought up your concerns with them. Now, if you feel that you need more support, then I would encourage you to book a complimentary discovery call with me through the link below in the video, and we can discuss things further, because you might find that my program, the Relationship Reset, is just what you are looking for. We also have a Facebook group, and you can find the link for that. It's the Relationship Reset Facebook group. The link is also below. Now, if you got good value out of this video today, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and you will be first in line when my next video on relationship mastery drops. See you next time.